US has imposed fresh sanctions on North Korean officials involved in development and testing of ICBM. This comes after the missile launched last month that landed just near Japan. The US Treasury has sanctioned 3 officials. In a statement, they said that these individuals played a major role in building the weapons of mass destruction and then taking decisions in relation to them. The sanctions will freeze any US-based assets of these individuals. These officials were already facing sanctions from the European Union in April. Meanwhile, South Korea's foreign ministry has also sanctioned 7 other individuals, all of whom were under sanction from the US. Japan also imposed new sanctions on 3 entities and an individual. Now, these sanctions come after the ICBM test on November 18th. According to the US Treasury, the recent launches indicate that all countries need to fully implement the UN Security Council resolutions which prevent North Korea from developing and testing ICBMs. And for more on this, we are now being joined by Professor DJ Brown, an international affairs expert from Tokyo. Welcome to the broadcast, Professor.
Thank you.
Now, do you think that the latest sanctions against 3 North Korean nationals will actually have a real impact, possibly discourage Pyongyang from carrying out further nuclear missile tests?
Unfortunately not. Clearly, the United States believes that they need to take some action in response to the ICBM test last month and also the 60-plus missile tests this year. But it's very unlikely that by sanctioning these individuals, it's really going to make much of a difference. These are people who are very unlikely to travel outside of North Korea. They're unlikely to have assets outside of the country. So whilst it's a demonstration of the US's seriousness, it's unfortunately unlikely to have a significant impact.
Right, Professor. In your viewpoint, do you see these latest round of sanctions as an attempt to send across a strong message to North Korea?
Yes, that's what it is. It is designed to send a strong message, as is the intensifying joint military exercises that the United States is conducting with its partners, Japan and South Korea. And it's also just one area where the US can take action. It would prefer, I think, to have increased sanctions in the UN Security Council, but Russia and China have made it very clear that they're not willing at the moment to agree to additional UN sanctions.
My last question to you, what kind of response can be expected from North Korea now?
Well, I think we're likely to see more of the same, more missile tests. And in particular, the thing that many are concerned about within the region is the likelihood of a 7th North Korean nuclear test. It's been discussed for some weeks that could take place any time at all. So unfortunately, that's something which is entirely possible in the near future.
Thank you, Professor, for sharing your insights on this. Thanks very much.